Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show on this Wednesday, the 16th of March, 2022. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to have you guys here. I got a great show for you guys. Let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here, and let's take a look at what's going on. This is a map of Ukraine. Now, what we're seeing here is the nuclear power plants in Ukraine. And you notice there's two nuclear power plants toward the eastern side of Ukraine that the Russians have now taken over, taken control of these two nuclear power plants. That's the first thing I want you to notice. Now, the second thing I want you to notice is Ukraine's general locality on the Eurasian continent, which is enormous. I consider it it's the biggest continent on Earth. But the heaviest density of population is more to the western side, until you get way far east, and you start to get over near China and stuff. But I'm talking about relative in this particular area, that Ukraine is centrally located in Europe. As far as the European NATO nations are concerned, it's centrally located. If you take a look at the population centers of the Earth, there would be several spots on the Earth where there's the densest populations regions. One would be over if you were looking at like China and India, and over in that area, there's a heavy densely populated area. In North America, there's a heavy densely populated area. And in Europe, there's a heavily densely populated area with many countries that have a high population. In the European area of the densely populated area, Ukraine is centrally located in that area, if you understand what I'm saying, right? That's a very big danger with these nuclear plants, because when a nuclear plant melts down, oftentimes it's not really the explosion that you have to worry about, but it's the clouds of radioactive toxins that go into the air, and then the wind basically carries them wherever they're going to carry. The wind's going to carry it wherever it's going to carry it. And that's what happened during the Chernobyl incident that occurred years ago. One of the reactors had an accident and released tremendous amount of radiation that blew all over Europe. It just goes with the wind, and then it gets up in the upper level atmosphere, where it's not in its highest concentrations as it was, but it blows all around the Earth. Okay, so what do we got here? We got one of the reactors evidently blew up at Chernobyl years ago, but they got more than one reactor. What I understand, Chernobyl has 4 reactors under Russia's control. And the Zaporizhzhia, I can't pronounce it. It's the one over here you're seeing to the eastern side of the map. It has 6 reactors, and it's the largest nuclear power plant, I guess, in all of Europe. It's a monster of a nuclear power plant, and the Russians took it over not long ago. They're in there in both of these areas. Gosh only knows what they're doing. I mean, this is a situation where these very dangerous nuclear power plants are under the control of the Russians, that are centrally located in Europe. And I guess where I'm going with this is, invading armies are dangerous. And when an army pulls out, it's even more dangerous. I'll repeat what I said a while ago about what happened in Germany with the tunnel system. Uh, a lot of people were hiding down there because Berlin was being bombed during the last World War, you know, and they were German people, and they were hiding in the tunnel systems under Germany for protection. And the tunnels were ordered flooded, killing tens of thousands of Germans who are down underneath those tunnels for safety and protection. When an army loses, they can become extremely desperate and they can become extremely dangerous. And in this situation, well, anyway, I'm not really going to go too much into there. I'm just stating the facts about this, that Chernobyl has 4 reactors. I guess they had an accident in one of them years ago, but that would be a potential for 4 times Chernobyl right there. And Zaporizhzhia, or how I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. It's a Ukrainian word, long Ukrainian word. Uh, it has 6 nuclear reactors, so the potential is 6 times Chernobyl. Okay? And it's centrally located. This thing is in the heart, this Ukraine is in the heart of Europe, centrally located. And these reactors are all under enemy control right now. This is a very dangerous situation indeed. Let's take a look now at the silver price. The silver price is down 22 cents today. Okay, we've been seeing a drop in the silver price lately. 24.63. It shows some manipulation because there's already right now there's a silver shortage out there in the world. They are not telling you how bad it really is right now. But for a while now, for months, for actually, I could almost say years, they've been rationing the supply to the retail silver market. Rationing it for a reason. They need it for industry. They have to have it for industry. And they've been rationing it. We're getting to the end of the line of that where they're not even going to be able to ration it anymore. They're just going to have to say, hey, you know what? You guys just hold and wait for your delivery. And we don't care how many orders you've taken. If you can't fill them, so what? And people are, in the end, they're just going to refund your money. You're going to go in and purchase silver and they just ain't got it. These retail silver dealers, some of them might end up having to go to business in the end because ultimately, where are they going to get product? Oh, so in that kind of a situation, that's ridiculous. I have to laugh because markets are supposed to work on supply and demand. And this doesn't have it. It's not working. There's no supply, tremendous demand, yet the price is going down. Something's majorly wrong with our system. The whole system is a mess, a total mess. We can blame our politicians and the ones that we put in charge because it's like putting the chicken in charge of putting the fox in charge of the hen house. Okay, gold today. 1911's down $7.10 on the day so far. Down again. So let's take a look at crypto. Crypto's moved up just a little bit, just a fraction. It's got its head up above $40 again, or 40,000, I should say. So Bitcoin is $40,600.67 right now, and appears to be going up this morning. So it's crested above 40,000 again. Let's see if she can hold that position. Let's take a look at cryptocurrencies today. No, I mean the Dow Jones today. I'm sorry, my mind is a little bit on the dangers of. I don't like the idea of untrained, unauthorized personnel having control over a tremendously large nuclear power complex. It reminds me of some things out of James Bond movies from the past, where they used to have potentially world-threatening events, and James Bond would come in at the last minute and save the world from Dr. Evil or whatever, or some guy that was living inside a volcano that planned to blow the world up. It's just crazy stuff that's going on right now. But this is war. I mean, we need to be past and over wars when we get to be a super nuclear age because of the power of the atom. Yet we're still engaging in this stupidness, and stupidness can blow up everything with the atom. It can nuclear total nuclear annihilation. I mean, it's just with radioactivity everywhere. I mean, it's just like, come on. What are we thinking? Why do we build so many nuclear reactors everywhere? With the potential for Chernobyl and proliferate all of these WMDs. What in the world were we thinking? Oh my gosh, it's a powder keg. The world's a powder keg, and it's got a financial system that's ready to blow up on all of us. It's just as bad. What they did with the money, too. It's just as bad. By creating money that's backed by nothing. Money's at the core of everything we do in life. It's money. It drives our whole society, and they've made it into a Ponzi scheme? What were they thinking? Honest to gosh. Well, the market's up on that news. I mean, the market, it'll go up until it doesn't. And, I'll call this the Teflon market, but, even Teflon has its limitations. I mean, if you run over it with a train, you're going to smash the Teflon, go through the Teflon. I mean, it has its limitations. Anyway, 33,931. Let's take a look at the crude oil today. Crude oil is 96.38. It's down 6 cents. So this is the smallest movement today that we've seen on crude oil in a little bit. $96.38. Let's take a look at the move index today, and it's back up over 100 at 101.03. Let's take a look at bonds. Now, we're seeing a mixed bag in the bonds today. The middle of the yield curve is going up by a couple basis points. Long end's going down by a couple basis points. So you're looking at a 10-year at 2.16, and we're looking at a 30-year at 2.47. And now let's take a look at the dollar index, 98.65. Let's hope for a peace deal over there in Ukraine. This is our biggest chance for success to have us get out of this situation with the least amount of potential for devastation is a peace deal. That's what we need now. We need a peace deal. We need talks and stuff. And somehow to get those Russian troops to leave Ukraine and some sort of a new deal or something that they would have where they could, both sides could say, okay, let's end the war. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need it right soon, because this thing is coming to a culmination in the next few days, and gosh only knows what could happen. The potential. This thing right now is in a stage where basically, I guess, the Russians are running out of everything. Probably running out of toilet paper. I mean, for crying out loud. And we'll catch you guys in the next show. You guys have a nice afternoon, and bye-bye, guys.